Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Michael Daire and I took part in the research project that looked into the effects of vaping on youth and the demographics of vapers within all Miami-Dade college campuses with head researcher Maria Monzon, Professor Claudia Sanchez, and Professor Trinidad Arguelles. The research conducted culminated into the project UC, Coudy On The Rise, a comprehensive study of the rise of vape/e-cigarette use among college students. This project began because the use of vape/e-cigarettes among the youth has increased at such an alarming rate and has caused injury to so many that the CDC has deemed vape/e-cigarette use an epidemic. Vape devices were originally created under the pretense of a device to help smokers get off smoking and eventually nicotine altogether. Throughout the past couple of years, multiple vape corporations, most notably Juul, have started advertising their companies and new flavored vapes that were targeted toward the younger U.S. residents such as high schoolers and college students. This culminated into an exponential increase in the amount of young adults who use vapes/e-cigarettes. Now, more and more companies are expanding their types of vapes, creating vapes whose main appeal isn't nicotine or THC. One such company is Cloudy. This study is extremely important because vapes are relatively new on the scene compared to other inhalation products, such as hookahs or cigarettes, but has already been proven extremely harmful. Awareness about the sheer popularity of these products among younger U.S. citizens and the known effects of them needs to become household information. So to start, as a group, we use resources available to us, such as the MDC library and information on vaping made by other research groups, such as the CDC or the University of Michigan's Monitoring the Future survey. We later came together and shared the information we gathered, and this is how I came across the new realm of vaping gaining more and more popularity, vapes with melatonin as their main selling point. We simultaneously started devising our 26-question survey and creating flyers to spread the word on our research program, flyers that you see above. So we use the flyers displayed as well as visiting online classes as a means of gaining participants to take part in our survey. The requirements needed to take part in the survey are be an MDC student, be at least 18 years old, and sign the informed consent we created. MDC students taking part in the completely anonymous survey accessed it through Qualtrics XM, an online website allowing MDC students to take the survey using their laptop, cell phone, and basically anything connected to the internet. In total, 69 students across all campuses volunteered to take part in our survey. Of the 69 participants, 66 of them identified as Hispanic, then 2/3 identified as female, the last 23 then identified as male. On top of this, 62 of the 69 participants were between the ages of 18 and 24, and the final 7 were from 25 to 34 years old. The chart to the left shows that according to the University of Michigan's Monitoring the Future survey, 21% of students surveyed used some sort of vape in the past 30 days. Mind that the number of those who have ever tried e-cigarettes as vapes is probably slightly higher. While the chart on the right shows that according to our study taken in Miami-Dade just 2 years later, 57% of those surveyed have used some sort of vape at some point in time. On top of that information, I found out that the main reasons the new melatonin-based vaping companies such as Cloudy gained so much traction so fast was because of social media advertising such as the one displayed above. This is one of the many ads vape companies such as Cloudy put on social media such as TikToks and Instagram, whose main users are young adults or teens, to gain so much traction as a company so quickly. It shows how the companies use an attractive woman as spokesperson and use misleading terms such as vegan or all natural to give the impression that it's totally healthy when there's no concrete evidence of this. As a result, shown above, showing only a matter of 2 years, the percentage of college students who have used vapes has grown immensely, showing the true impact this epidemic could truly hold. It is true that in recent years, more and more reports of respiratory illness caused by vape/e-cigarettes has increased incrementally. According to the article, A New Killer on the Block, in 2019, 450 cases of acute lung injury related to the use of e-cigarettes and 7 deaths have been reported. And most of these cases also came from teens who were extremely healthy and suddenly had a multitude of symptoms, such as severe cough and dyspnea, with extreme cases even needing ventilators. Among the 450 cases of teens with respiratory illness, most had multiple symptoms. All basically had dyspnea or difficulty breathing. Most had a constant cough, and then a plethora of different symptoms were spread out among the 450 teens, such as chest pains, headaches, nausea, fatigue, fevers, pneumonia, hemoptysis, coughing up blood, or more. It was also found that the flavorings within vapes and e-cigarettes has been seen to cause a disturbance in cellular function in the lung, diminishing mucociliary clearance and impairment of mitochondrial function within the They're lowering the body's energy output. The biggest issue is that the long-term effects of vaping just isn't known, and on top of this, the effects of vaping, of recently added flavorings and inhaling substances as melatonin and caffeine through aerosols is unknown as well. Cloudy, a melatonin-based vaping company, states that inhaling the vapor from their vapes is totally safe aromatherapy because instead of using artificial flavoring and other harmful chemicals commonly found within other e-cigarettes as vapes, they use essential oils or compounds that are completely plant-based, such as chamomile. Extensive research has been conducted on the effects of these compounds when inhaled normally through oil or inhaling melatonin through pills. But the research is extremely lacking when it comes to inhaling these substances through vapor. Melatonin, among other compounds commonly found in these substances, in these vapes, have been around for a good amount of time, but the act of inhaling them through vapor is a very new innovation. So there are extremely limited studies not founded by Cloudy or other similar companies on the adverse effects of inhaling these compounds through vapor. In addition to this, there is a warning that although using essential oils as aromatherapy through diffusers is qualified as safe, the fact remains that inhaling them after being heated at much higher temperatures through vapes could create abnormal compounds that are potentially damaging to the users. Users of essential oil vapes, such as e-cigarettes, can also be subject to coughing, bronchospasms, swelling of the throat, itching, and aggravation of asthma, depending on the essential oil mix. Vitamin E is a perfect example of this. When inhaled through pills, it is perfectly safe, but it was found out that when inhaled through aerosols, it is proven to be detrimental to people's health. Throughout the research program, we gain insight into an emerging set of vapes while also seeing the extreme rise in popularity of vapes throughout college students. Our survey showed us how in 2020, the majority of college students we surveyed have tried some sort of vape, and the influx of new users doesn't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. Older U.S. residents need to be aware of just how many people use vapes in this serious epidemic. On top of this, users need to be aware of the fact that just because chemicals put inside vapes are all natural or vegan, it doesn't mean that they will stay that way. Many chemicals can undergo chemical reactions when heated to 100+ degrees Celsius, possibly creating unnatural harmful chemicals. On top of this, no vape has been proven 100% to 100% not cause lung damage to its users. I lastly wanted to thank the U.S. Department of Education. Thanks for listening.